Welcome everyone to the Millionaire Reset. Woo! Who's ready to let go of the past, the fear, the identity, all that crap? Throw it out the window. 9 years, ladies. The cycle, it's not just about 2025. It's about 9 years. And hi guys, I love that I have some beautiful new people that are coming into my world. Hello, I'm Yvonne Purvis. I love doing this work. I love what I do so much. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself and then we'll get in today. But I'm just so excited to get rid of the 9 years. Okay. If anyone isn't excited about this, this is going to be one of the, gosh, this work that we're going to do today. Okay, that you're going to do today. I'm going to help you facilitate this work, but this work that you're doing is everything. So please make sure you do this work, okay? Because this is going to give you the shift that you're all wanting for 2026. 2026 is a 1-year cycle. Really important. 1-year cycle. It's all about new beginnings, abundance, everything you're desiring that you would love in your life. Okay. So let me go back into who I am and then I'll just, we'll dive into this stuff. Did I record? Is it recording? I always double check. Yes, it's recording. So my background is, first of all, I'm from Toronto, Canada. Even though I live in Australia, you'd hear the accent. It's never gotten the complete twang. Couldn't leave the Toronto accent, Canadian accent, because I started my career as a dancer, actress, performer on stage. So it was all about enunciation, right? So my speaking is probably not even very Toronto-ish because of the slang I never picked up because we were on stage. And that was my first job, my first as an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur my entire life, so multitude of decades. And I love, what I love and why I love talking about identity so much is because I've had it and I've done it in my own life. And I became a millionaire at the age of 28 when I shifted from being a dancer because I asked for more. And then I went and had 2 car accidents and I got dropped on my head as a dancer on a concrete floor. No idea how I actually didn't break my neck. Like, it was just the universe, God saying, you need to stop. You said you wanted more. And that's what it did. And that's when all of a sudden I was like, what's next for me? And this is when I went into my event planning business in Toronto, Canada for corporations. And within that, I think it was about 2 to 3 years, I literally had $1 million business. I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know my numbers to that degree. I only went to my accountant and he said, Yvonne, you've made over $1 million in your business. He goes, oh my God, and look at your profit line. Like, he was just all over it. And I said, really? Really? Oh, wow, how exciting. I really wasn't attached to any of it. I just loved what I did. And that revenue continued for a multitude of years that obviously gave me multi-millions of dollars and unconsciously doing that. And then I got married. I moved to Australia. I still had my business. And then 10 years, I was lost in my life, lost in who I was, my identity, all of it fell apart. My marriage had to fall apart because I was no longer meant to be there. And that's where I came out in 2021 and I started a business as in weight loss, physical activity, fitness, all this stuff, because everybody was in COVID and everybody was reaching out to me. And I thought, okay, I guess I'm meant to do this. And then I did that for a few years and then it no longer served me. So see the identity. I want you to see this. I kept shifting. I was growing all the time. Even in the marriage where I wasn't growing, I knew I wanted more. But I took a long time to leave that one, okay? Because I wasn't listening, all the things that happened to us, but it's also part of our journey. So it's always saying grateful, being grateful for all the lessons that we have to learn in life, right? Because we learn a lot of lessons. And so I was doing the weight loss, and again, it started to not resonate with me, and I ignored it, and I was like trying to fix it. This is like, I want you to hear this, trying to fix it. I was trying to prove. I was doing all this other stuff. Oh, I'm going to do Facebook ads, hired a coach, even went to a retreat in Bali, spent thousands of dollars. I had calls booked. My calendar was flat chat. No one joined me. No one joined my programs. And I thought, what's wrong with me? And I really thought there was something wrong with me for a moment, a longer moment than probably expected. And then I knew I'm just not loving what I'm doing anymore. It didn't resonate with me. You cannot, the ladies were on here to let go of, if you have been doing any of this, we're letting go of that way. This is the masculine. It was the show. It was the proving, the grinding, doing more. That's what I thought. I got to do more. I got to do more. I kept looking. Oh, what else can I do? What other coach can I hire to get me there? Like all this stuff externally to find where I am right now. And now coaching women in business to change that mindset, to change the way we do our business, to be more in flow, in a feminine energy, stopping the grind, stopping the pushing and the proving, and thinking you need to work harder and more time. Remember, we get into this, and who here, tell me, who here, and just show of hands, started their business to have time, freedom, and to have a life they absolutely love? Who chose to do that? I'm just going through my scroll here. Some of you don't have cameras on, so love to put your cameras on so I can see everybody, please. You know, when we put our cameras on, and I know sometimes we might be watching this where we're, and thank you, Aline, I did see your hand up. When we don't put our cameras on, you know, it's almost like you don't want to be seen. No different to having a business and not showing up and doing your thing. So I'm asking you from a place of love, because when you put your camera on, you're being seen. And it shows not just me, it shows up for you, because everything that you do will be mirrored in life, right? So when you show your camera up, you feel different, don't you? You feel like, ooh, I should pay attention. You feel a more like you're present, you're listening. And I know this, I literally just jumped on I went on to someone's masterclass for something. And at first I didn't have my camera on, only because I was getting myself settled, but then I put the camera on. And it was like, ooh, and then now they can see me. And I felt different putting the camera on. So it's from my own experience. I know this stuff, right? Like when I get onto my coaching calls, camera's always on. I don't mean when I'm coaching clients. When my mentor, I would not sit there and not have my camera on. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. And if you want to be seen and heard, I got to see ya. Okay. So Katerina, beautiful. Nice to meet you. So back to my question. Who here has a business or like, it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur, because I think entrepreneur is anyone that has started something for themselves, right? Doesn't matter if you have a storefront, a coffee shop, you're an entrepreneur in my books, because you're doing something that you decided to do. You're not in a job, right? So who here started their business for time freedom, to have choices in your life, to travel when you want, to make money because you love what you're doing? Right? Lots of hands up. And how many of you are doing it and feeling that way? Great. So who's here ready, though, to even still let go of 2025 and the 9 years? And just to end my little story with you, when I got into this, I literally started this new business this year. So I want to share that because, ladies, I don't look my age. I always say I'm 47, and I truly believe it, but I'm turning 59 next year. I am 58 at present, but like I said, and 47 in my spiritual sign, in who I am. It's just this number that is attached to something. And the reason I share that is because when you truly jump into something, age doesn't matter if you love what you do. My purpose, my mission has just started. Okay. I love what I do. I love working. When I hear retirement from some people, I just want to go like this. I mean, why would you want to not have a passion you love? Why would you want, here's another great one. Why would you want to cut yourself off from source energy, which is money? To remember, you know, I'm going to talk a little bit about source and manifestation as well, because we manifest every day. If you're not aware of it, but we are, okay? So why would I want to cut myself off from source energy? I don't want to do that. I did it once. It wasn't fun. I have a purpose in life. And when you have a purpose in your life, doesn't mean you have to work as long as you're doing, but you can still be doing something, right? That's for the greater good. And that's how I choose to live. For me, it's always like, thank you. I'll read some of this in a minute. I just want to I lose track if I do both. That's why I can't wait for my girl to be back. But when you love what you do, it is easy and fun. Every day. You get to work when you decide to work. You live the way you want to live. You choose, right? So, and for some of you, if you haven't noticed, if you scroll up, I put the workbook in the notes. So if you want to grab that now, you will, but I will throw it in the email with the, in your Dropbox as well. Sorry, DMs in the group, so that everyone has it. And thank you for saying I look amazing. So let's talk about this release. Share with me, what is it? What is the one thing that, well, there's usually more than one, but what is it that you really want to let go of in 2025? Pop it in the chat. Because remember, this is not about, it's a completion. It's not about any judgment on yourself. It's a completion of the year of 9 years. So for me, I was still married in those 9 years. Those last few years in my marriage was not fun. We were both too loyal to see what was happening. And we weren't nice to each other. But in my mind, I have a different ending. I've done a different ending that we came out in a different way. But it's still part of that 9-year cycle. So when I knew it was a 9-year cycle, I'm like, yes, it is the completion, right? Because I don't know if you have felt like sometimes you say that you want to do something, but it still shows up, right? Like if you have fear around money, you have fear around being seen, you have fear of, what is it? The identity that's holding you back. But what is it? What is it that you want to let go? What is it about that identity that you want to let go? She's keeping you small. She makes you feel bad. She second guesses herself. She feels unworthy. She feels unloved. See where I'm going with this? Clarity. Why are you letting go, and what are you letting go in 2025? Love to hear the chats, ladies. Keeps me going, everything. Fantastic. Be careful when we say everything though, okay? Like take a breath here, because seriously, like I was, I'm just going to give you a little thing about like with where I'm going. Like I already have my vision for 2026. And I was, you know, I want to live a couple of months in Toronto, Canada, and I want to also live a couple of months in California to break up living in Australia. And I know there's Elaine lived there. Sorry, not Elaine. Zelta lived here. It's very far away, and I miss the big city. I miss the abundance in those countries, right? North America is a very, very abundant country, state, countries. Where am I going with this? So I was seeing all this stuff and I was writing it. And then I felt like I have an elderly dog. And I thought, oh, I'm a bad mom. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to her. And I started to think, then I couldn't think that I was doing this next year. I thought, oh, well, maybe it'll be the following year. And then I'm thinking like, oh, but I'm not putting my life on hold. And anyway, and I got some clarity around that, because it's so funny how, so when we're letting go of things and we want new things and we desire this, because after we let go of it, right, we're going to know, what are you bringing in? What do you desire? And you got to be mindful of what you're saying when you want everything to let go of, because that can be people in your lives as well. Okay. So that's what came up for me. I thought, well, what if something happened and I had someone looking after my dog? And I got called up on it in my mentorship today. She's like, but your dog is older. She's going to die eventually. She's going to go to puppy land, have her best life up there. And I thought to myself, that is so true. Like, she's lived the grandest life ever, this girl. She still is. And I do this with my family in Canada, right? So every time I go there, I'm in the moment. I'm present in every moment, every second of that time with them, because I know I'm jumping on a plane that takes 42 days to get there. So I know in my heart, if anything happened to my parents or anything, I'm okay with it, because I was present. I love it. And it's not about going to the funeral. They have lived great lives. And that's what I had to say to my dog. You know what? She has lived her best life. And she knows I love her to death. And so it made me really think about this feeling of, I'm okay to still go away. I'm okay. And I'm now back, seeing all that happening for next year. So let's go back in here. Okay. Thank you for sharing. So fear of money, fear of identity, fear of money and fear of identity. So what part of money? That it's not staying in your life. You're not bringing in enough of it in your life. Because I know there was some that talked about money, and money is a very, it's one of these things that I had a 3-day money challenge, and it's something that comes up a lot. And so money is a frequency, right? Money is like, think about how we spend money, and we're going off a little bit. So, but I'm just thinking with that fear. So where is it that you want to let go of, and what is it and how is it in your life? So is it fear that you don't believe that it's not staying in your life? Is it fear that you want more of it in your life? Not bringing enough in my life. There you go. Okay. So when you're letting go of that, you're letting go of the old identity that is saying it's not enough. That means you're not enough. I talk about this enoughness and our self-worth. It affects entrepreneurs massively. Massively. Okay. How did I make that $1 million business in that short of time? No social media, none of that. No one to compare myself to. I just did what I loved. Didn't care about anyone else. Went, saw that, you know what I mean? That was the difference. Now we live in a world where everything is online, which is beautiful, because otherwise we wouldn't have connected, right? So it's beautiful. I love it so much. But you compare yourselves, you believe that you're not successful until you're what? The money's in the bank. You have so much money in the bank. No. Worthiness. Perfect. Okay. Our self-worth is us. We have everything we need. Our love, everything. So it affects us. if we don't feel worthy enough, we don't feel like our bank account is enough in the bank account, we don't feel a certain way because money isn't showing up the way you want it, it's a reflection of you. Because you can change that with a new belief. Okay? The belief and what you're going to reset yourself with after letting go of this 9-year, because let me tell you, that 9 years, that belief, that worthiness has been around for a long time. Right, Ellen? Our subconscious mind plays a big part in all of this in ourselves. And it's things that you won't even know because it's happening when you're sleeping. And when things are happening and you're sleeping, that's what's manifesting because there's something in there. Yes. Happy New Year. Okay. So the 9-year cycle shaped who you have become. Right? You are this way from the cycle. Something happened, something in your past, something, made you not feel good. And this is where I'm going to just share a little bit about my money story. So I had all this money, cars, house. I had an incredible life. Absolutely. Like my friends didn't have the money I had. I was traveling around the world all by myself, flying business class, staying in beautiful hotels. Meet a man, energy were in there, but his frequency was in needing me and afraid of me, of my power when we got married and I actually moved countries. So he just wanted to control. He wanted me down. He didn't trust me. He thought I'd have an affair. I was like, I'd never do that. I mean, who does that? But his wife had affairs on him multiple times. So he had a belief that he could never let go. So he thought it would change me. And no wonder why our marriage didn't stay, right? There were so many things that were there. Weren't me, it was him. But he had a money story. He lost everything multiple times. So all of a sudden I became, after I lost my business, not lost it, it was the end of the financial crisis. It was changed the world in Canada and North America. And it was no longer about relationships. It was purely based on who had the lowest quote. And I wasn't willing to do that because I knew the work. I had the contracts for 10 years. So we lowered it a little bit because I had brought on a partner and we didn't get it. But also I think I was looking for the release of finding something new because I'd moved countries. But what happened over those 10 years, he controlled it, right? The money was in his control. He had the control. He didn't want me working. Everything I wanted to do, he'd say no to. And when I walked out of that marriage, I was in fear of money. Completely fear of it. It was like bigger than me. So how can you hold on to money when you have fear? How can you make more money when you have fear? How do you hold on to it? How do you vibrate? What's your frequency? Okay. And it doesn't matter how much money's in the bank. I had a lot of money, 7 figures, fear, 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 fear. And this happens to a lot of millionaires. So I know now I'm not the only one. At the time, I thought there was something wrong with me again, but I just couldn't, right? I couldn't hold the frequency, couldn't hold it. So our money is not our worthiness. Our money is not about love. And you need to feel so good that your bank account can have 0 in it because you know it's coming back because it's not who you are. So that is who you're letting go of. That old person, that one who can bring in money, who has enough because you're enough. You're looking at external world. You're looking outside of you rather than inside of you. Faith over fear, always. Always, always, always. All right. So when you're doing this work today, right? And over tomorrow, because you want to, and don't wait till tomorrow. The workbook is going to be sent. Do this work today. We're getting so close to Christmas. Why would you prolong this stuff? You want it gone. You want it out of your life. You need to get it gone. Okay. And what I recommend, and I'm just going to talk a minute too about the whole 9-year cycle, how it shaped you. It shapes you because you feel it, right? Do you know what your nervous system is? The controller. Your nervous system is the accepting of money, accepting of health, friendships, everything. So it's that love for yourself. It's loving within yourself. Nothing is outside of you. Does that make sense? So what did I do when I got out of my marriage? My nervous system was on fire. Not for the good. I was running. There was so much scarcity in my life, right? I didn't have certainty. I had so much fear, running from the tiger. That was me. I had abandoned myself in my marriage, right? So when you're letting go of this, be specific what you're letting go of. The identity that has gotten you here, she's beautiful. You're here. You're on the Zoom call. You have everything you want till this time, right? This is so much fun. I love this work. And you need to be grateful for who you are and what you've been through. No judgment. No judgment. Honor who you are. Honor how far you've come. This is what's so beautiful about doing this reset, right? When we're letting it all go, because you get to look, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to look at the last year, how far you've actually come. And you know how you do that? You look at your photos. Go and look at all the photos, because they'll tell you every month what you've been through, because we take photos. And I remember doing this last year, and I didn't have many photos. I wasn't really living my life as much. But this year, huge living my life, because I chose to live my life. And this is where you get a turning point. And what I also did when I left that marriage, I actually deleted every photo I ever had on my camera and my laptop, because I didn't want to see it anymore. I didn't want to be, that was not who I was. And I let it all go. Some people thought I was crazy. I didn't tell too many people because, you know, it's just what I needed to do. Because remember, everything holds energy. Phones hold energy. We're energy beings. You're feeling my energy, right? We're all energy. So we got to be mindful. What kind of energy do you want around you? What kind of energy are you waking up to? What kind of people are in your life? Doesn't mean you have to get rid of them. Just means that maybe you spend less time with them, right? You want to be in high vibration. You want to make more money. You want to be super successful. All of this is beautiful. Who doesn't want to be successful? It's why you started your business. Ooh, I've missed a whole bunch of people. Oh, just 2. There was no difference in my perception of myself when I had 0 money to now, and I'm super proud of that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I had $749 2 years ago in my bank account. I was in so much love with everything. My dad was there for me. He knew if I needed some help, he was there for me. It was in a transition of my life, and I'm okay with all of it because I was asking for more. And that was where I had to see and sit in that person, in that identity, because I didn't want to be the fearful person anymore. $749. Seriously, credit cards to the max. 30K on my credit cards. I'm so grateful for debt. Debt is great. Debt is money. I used it. I had changed my business. So that's 2 years ago. I can't believe it's 2 years ago. Time is flying. And I had to put my mortgage on hold because I knew. So 3 months prior to all of that happening, I was changing identities. Going from the divorced woman, still feeling, not knowing who I was, and I wanted to let her go. I changed my name back to my maiden name, and I knew. So what I didn't know till after was that I needed to sell that house. The house had the old me. I was crying in there. COVID put me in there. I didn't love it. It was just like, okay, I can live here, right? No one got to choose their house back then. I just wanted to feel grounded and safe in a house. I didn't want to rent. My nervous system was needing safety. I needed safety to feel like I could stay in a house and not, because COVID, you never knew how long you'd have a house for in COVID. So I went into this house and I did the work and I was healing and I was changing. So the universe went, well, you're going to crumble now, right? Because I had to get out, but didn't want to put the house up for sale. I took it off, put it back on. And I sat in $749 and I was so grateful. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, love my life. So exciting. And then I asked my dad, Dad, can I borrow some money? And he said, I've been waiting for you. I said, yeah, I know. I just couldn't ask till I was grateful. I was not asking in need of money. And then my house sold and my cash went all back into my account. Tenfold. Okay. So where you are right now and what you've been through in this year and in the 9 years, you might have photos of the 9 years, but don't go back 9 years. That's not what this is about. I want you to look at 1 year because this is the most important year. Look at your photos, go through every month. And I want you to do this. When you start looking at the photos, put everything you're so grateful for. Look at all the things you did. And then when you look on the other side, you want to go, what would I love to be better at? And this is what really you will see what you are creating for 2026. So when I looked at mine, it was just like, holy geez, look at how much you've done. I'm different. I'm a whole different identity. And I'm already a different identity. So when I look back, I was like, holy geez, I had changed so much in 2025. I started using money. I started having big payments. I got used to it. I invested in a coach for $100,000. $100,000. I never invested myself $100,000, but I was like, this is who I am. This is who I am. I went in it though with a little bit of fear. And it kind of showed up for a few months there in that process. But look where I am. Now I use money very differently because it's meant to be used. No judgment. Hello to new people coming in. Say hello, put your cameras on. You'll have the recording. Quite a few of you joined. So beautiful to see. Vina, Marilyn, Lucy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So look in the scroll, but there is a workbook in there if you want to grab it now, but otherwise it will come out to you. And if you're in the Facebook group, I'll send it to you in your DMs and the rest will go through email. So my story is for you to see how life is always working out. But if you stay in the fear mentality, it won't come out the way you want it. You have to be different. So when you start looking at those photos, no judgment, none. Your bank account, stop it. No judgment. My bank account was up and down even still this year, but I saw the internal change. The internal change is the most important part of your life, because I know 2026 multi-millions. It's done. Yep. Okay, that's the work. This is the work we're doing. Oh, I got goosebumps. I just love this work. The most important person, anything in your life as an entrepreneur, is you. You are your business. You are the control. You are the frequency of the money, of the clients, of everything in your life. You. And of course, I'm going to share how you can work with me at the end of this. But I want you to know you can do it on your own, but it's faster when you have someone. There's no way I would be where I am today without my mentor. Because when things are challenging and you go through the troughs of the ups and downs, and that is life, that is the rhythm of the world, that is a rhythm of everything, right? You can't have all good months. You've got to have the contrast. The contrast is what you learn from, how you grow. This world, our life is about growth. The growth I've had in a 12-month period is like someone having 7 years. Because I look at how far I've come. That's what you're doing here when you look back at 2025. No judgment, all love. Success is not about anything but that you started a business and wherever you are today. It's not about the money, it's not about the clients, it's not about any of it. It's only about you and your growth. So when you look back at all the things you've done, look back at some of the things and you go, oh, I remember that. That wasn't such a great moment. But you've learned from that. See what I mean? Light and easy, ladies. Light and easy. This work isn't about looking and being judgment and feeling sad about your life. Because that can happen too. You can look back and go, wow, what happened to me? You can see the sadness. You can see whatever. And I want you to go, no, because you're letting her go. She got you here. All love. Love her more. Look in the mirror after this call and tell yourself how much you love yourself. That you're a boss babe. And that 2026 is your year. Because it is. If you want it. You've got to want it. And you got to want it more than you don't want it. Got to want it more than the fear is there. You've got to want it and have it always in the first thing you think about every single day. How much you want. The life you're creating. Because remember, our life is intertwined in business and everything we do. It's not just business, right, ladies? It affects our relationships. It affects your children. It affects everything. Because you can only fake it. When you're faking it, you will always know. How do you know when you're faking? And what do I mean by that? That means that you are saying you're successful, you're showing up on social media, you're doing all the things, and you're like, yeah, but the money's not showing up, the clients aren't showing up. Is that how you're feeling? Because you're faking it. There's something that you're not being true to yourself about. And that's the hard truth of looking at you. Why are you faking it? What is it that you're afraid of? What is it that you aren't showing up for? Consistency and discipline are important. If you're not being consistent and having discipline, then you're not going to be growing your business, right? So it's always reflection. And that's what we're doing today. We're reflecting back. So I'm going to give everyone, actually, I think this would be really great to do. I'm going to take a breath, and I'd love for everyone to get your phones and look at your phones quickly. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and I want you to come back in and tell me what was one of the biggest things that you're taking away from the year. So go get your phone and have a scroll. Go into the year, January 2025. What did you do? What happened? What was some of the bold moves? I like the word bold because bold means that you did something that most people would go, you did what? Those bold moves are the success. Could be leaving a marriage, could be starting a new business, leaving a job, starting a job. No judgment. Only love. Love is everything. And it's fun to do. And it's a great reset. And I love doing this with you. I did this last year. So it's going to be beautiful to go and have a look. What did your life look like? It's like a movie, right? You're looking at your movie. So when you're done it, pop in where or what was your boldest move and what are you most in love about from 2025? And what do you want to let go of? You'll see something. There'll be something that goes, oh, didn't like that. Who's ready? Has that been 5? Probably not 5 yet. It's fun though, isn't it? No rush, take your time. I think it's a really beautiful thing to do. And it's really nice to do it with people rather than sometimes doing it on your own. Because we're all here to support each other, right? Oh, missing some people. I'm just going to go over to the Zoom link. Some people are hanging. We never got the link. Okay. I'm just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna jump over to the Facebook group and make sure nobody else was waiting. Okay, we're good. All right, let's see. Stepping into your first ever photo shoot in Miami and starting a new business. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Isn't that amazing, Amy? Just trying to find your face here again. Beautiful. Well done. What an accomplishment. Super proud of yourself. Yeah. Got to be proud of yourself. Selling my house in Canada and moving to Mexico with my kids. Yes. Beautiful. And starting an online business. Ah, trifecta. Right? Isn't it beautiful? Who else is going to share? Ah, 3 vacations. Italy, Paris, Sardinia. Oh my gosh. I closed my business after 5 years That's huge. I know if I was meant, I know if was, you know, it was meant to be. Sorry, there's someone coming back in. I am open and ready to live extraordinary life beyond my wildest dreams. Absolutely. Absolutely. Got to trust and surrender. I love this so much for you, Katrina. That's beautiful. It's all about the trust, quitting your toxic job and letting go of people who are toxic. Beautiful. You guys are killing me. I got goosebumps. This stuff is big. Do you understand? It is big. These are bold moves. These are things that people don't make. You're like the 10%. People stay in jobs because they fear. They don't sell their house. They don't go and move to Mexico with their family. They're bold moves. And this is what shows you who you are. And if you didn't make some of these bold moves and because you were afraid of something, it's okay. Right? This is what we're going to do now. We're letting go of that woman who doesn't take the bold moves. You want to have this dream life. You want to have an incredible relationships with everybody. This is who you are, right? I got to see that beautiful smile, Katrina. I love it. Yes, because you can have anything you want. Yes, you can. It's just beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyone else want to share before we move on? Wow, this was a very powerful exercise this year. I quit my job in January and reconnected with my business idea. I hosted my first retreat for women on Vancouver Island, created and facilitated my first menstrual health workshop for girls, and manifested my very first opportunity to speak in a conference in October. Boom. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. See, we forget so much of our journey in life. We forget this stuff. You all of a sudden come to Christmas and you're like, oh, I had a great life. I had a good year, but you don't even know what you've really done. You don't see the change because these changes are big. You celebrate that. Now you're celebrating, aren't you? You're celebrating how far you've come, the things you've done in your life, the people that have been in your life, the belief in yourself, the trust in yourself. Now we're going to burn this stuff, okay? Oh, let's see. Be a multimillionaire, meet the love of my life at Christmas this year, be engaged in 2026, own 2 dream houses in Florida, own a home in our hometown, lose 15 pounds this year, happy, light, ease, and confidence beginning now, back to myself, even better than ever, move back to Naples. I'm ready. Win the Powerball lottery this evening. Massive. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So now here's the next step. And I was going to actually put a Canva document for you, but I thought, you know what? I want everyone to get onto Canva. And please, if you're not in the Facebook group, please come over to Facebook. Okay. Because I want you to come over to Facebook group and I want you to pop in here. I want you to put your vision board in the group and share, because you got to remember, we have to be seen. We have to show up for ourselves and tell God, universe, manifestation people that this is what we are creating. It is part of the reset. I haven't done my vision board. I got it ready to start, and it's going to be what I'm doing this weekend. And I'm also doing another clearing. So, okay. Woo, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm so excited for everybody. And for those of you that haven't popped anything in here, it's okay. Maybe you're just in not the right place, or you're out because you don't have your cameras on. So this is the work that I want you to do. Okay. It's really, really important to do this. And don't wait. Don't keep putting it off. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't want you to spend too much time looking at all your photos, right? This is a quick look. It's a quick, like, you know, okay, what have I been through? What are the biggest months that I had? What happened? How did I change? That I got it. Sorry, the sun's coming up. I gotta turn this down. Apologies. Oh, I was gonna have to see my wrinkles. So, okay, so let's go back to chat because I just love this stuff. I love the reset. So what are we doing? We're going to write things down, go through those photos, what you've written down, write out what you're letting go of. Write it out saying, I love you. I'm letting go of this old identity. I'm letting go of this fear. I'm letting go of the fear that is stopping me to moving forward. Belief, whatever it is, the fear that you don't have enough money, the fear that you're not making enough money, the fear that you don't have confidence, you don't have trust in yourself, whatever, get it out, get it on paper, go and have a bonfire, burn it over your kitchen sink, whatever you need to do, release it with joy, with love and gratitude. Okay. And the reason you do that, and I did a lot of that burning and releasing when I was coming through after my marriage, because I could feel I was part of that process to let go, let go, let go. Okay. And remember the 1 year, this is a 9-year cycle that's being released. So it's not just this year. So it's really, I believe, and I don't think you have to continue doing all this burning and releasing because I can do it now easily, but it's really important to do it at the end of the year. If any time to do it, it's this time, right? So go through that, go, let it go, release it. And then, and this is what's in the workbook, is that now what are we creating? The fun stuff. The fun stuff is the vision board. I want you to go and have some fun with that vision board. Find something on Canva that makes you feel good, that feels clean or messy or whatever you are. There's no, right? It's all just connection to yourself. What feels good for you. That's why I didn't put anything up. I thought it's so easy to go do. And I'm sure everybody here is on Canva because you're an entrepreneur and you're in business, or you have a VA that's doing it for you. But you do the work. So find the photos, find what you're having for next year. So the house that you want to live in, the homes that you want to have, the body. So when we're losing weight, there'll be a photo that you have somewhere in your camera that is how you would love to look. So what I did, so I'll share a story, what I did. It was just before my 50th birthday, and I wasn't as in good shape as I am. I don't mean this that came out the wrong way, but I know I'm in good shape, right? I am dedicated to my fitness and my health. And I was probably, well, a lot of it was too from my marriage. I was not feeling good in my body. Now it's all about how I feel. I don't look at the scale or any of that. And I remember what I did is I went on to Google and I said, find me a 50-year-old woman that's in great tone, shape. And there was a woman on the beach, and I got that photo. Doesn't matter that she didn't look like me. I got that photo and she was on my vision board. And I became it. Because it starts with the identity. Okay. So you want a new partner in your life, then you need a man, you and a guy. I have that on my vision board from 2025. And just because it didn't happen last year, doesn't mean it's not on its way. I know it's happened this year. I just know 2026. It's just like, I've seen signs of land. Does anyone know what that means? Signs of land? Signs of land is, I keep running into people that have never been single for years, and all of a sudden the man's shown up just out of nowhere. And then I see another one, same day, another girlfriend shares the same thing. And then I get onto my mentorship, and 2 of them been single, 1 16 years, got a man. I'm just like, thank you. That's a sign. Because you know why though, too? I'm so happy being on my own. I don't need him. You don't need money. You don't need anything. You don't need the house. You don't need anything. It's just what you love. Right? I desire a partner to share my life with. And I believe he's living in California because I want to be there part-time. Okay. So your vision board needs to be fun. It needs to be you, whatever that looks like. Photos, you might have sayings. I also love this. I love having a word going into a new year. And I've been doing it like that for the last 4 years, having a word. Last year was leap. And that was my whole year. Leaping, bigger lumps. That's why my growth was massive. Because I kept saying, no, you want it leap. This is it. Go, Yvonne. Got to do it. The fear, can't let it sit back. No, I went anyway. I joined that mentorship. I went to London, England. It cost me almost $30,000 to be in a mastermind, 1-day mastermind. I went, no, I'm going. No, I'm going. Now, remember, I had fear of money and I had to let that go. I had to trust that, no, it's coming back. And sometimes it takes longer than you expect. That's where you got to stay. Got to believe it and trust it. Okay. So tell me in the comments, because everybody will know a word. What would that word be for you for 2026? Mine's wealth. Wealth, because wealth is there's so much about wealth, right? It's a wealth of everything. Confidence, love it. Confidence, yes, love. Love is gratitude. Love is everything. Wealth, love it, Katrina. Who else is going to join us? What's your word for the year? Anything you choose. What feels, what resonates, being seen. What is your word? What is your word? Don't overthink it. So remember okay, let's talk about entrepreneurs. You can overthink everything. Don't overthink. You have a new identity now. What was the first word that came into your life? This is the trust in yourself, right? You don't want to overthink anymore, because you know what? Multimillionaires and millionaires, we move fast. That's what it taught me this year. That's the way I used to be. When I had my business at the age of 28, I didn't overthink a freaking thing. I almost swore. I did everything I was meant to do, and I did it right away. I hired the marketing company. I spent whatever money. I got into an office. I worked from home for a while. I brought in employees. And then I was like, oh my God, I got to get everyone out of my house, right? Because it was work. Got into it, went in, and then I ended up another employee. I just kept going. No fear came into my life. None. But now, as we say, as I'm sharing with you, you're not the only one. It's all the social media. We're judging. We see more. We didn't have all that. You're letting her go, right? So she's gone. So now you're going to be a bold woman. You're going to take the risk. You're going to do the thing because you want to have $1 million. Who wants $1 million business, by the way? Didn't ask that question. But I'm a millionaire identity coach because it's all about identity. Okay. Because you can have it. And $1 million isn't a lot of money. You can think it is, but it's not. It's only your perception. It's only a perception. You can ask for $1 billion if you can hold it. Not there yet. But definitely a multi-million. Absolutely. Boldness. Love it. You have 2 words. What are your words? Power. I love it. Love and wealth. What I've learned, it's best to have one. Okay. 1 word. I tried 2 a couple of years ago and it never worked. So I went with 1. Because your mind, it's about focus. It's going to keep you grounded. 1 word. Go from your soul, your heart. What's your heart calling out? No second guessing. Because I love it. Of course, that was coming from you, Alexis. You want all those homes, you got to have $1 billion. You're going to be investing. Boldness. What else? Power. 2 words. Wealth. A few people, confidence. I love all this, ladies. Do you know how this makes my heart sing? because there's no limit. We live in a limitless world. The only limit is you. You limit everything in your life. Who wants to do that? Who wants to limit your life? Selling my house in Canada. Oh, sorry, I went backwards. No limitless. I mean, no limited. It's a limitless world. We can have everything you want. So when you're doing your vision board, dream big, right? Mine is sitting right there. So when I come into my kitchen, this is where I love doing my work because it's nice scenery and it's open. So it flows. The energy is very abundant here, right? So my vision board is right over there. And I look at it. Yeah, everything I want. And one of them is just like so close now. Okay. So how's that fun? Does that sound fun? So come into the Facebook group, post your vision board. I want to see a whole bunch of vision boards. Let's get going, ladies. I'll post mine as well. Okay, now, I just want to make sure we're getting into everything. So what do you desire of your new life? So this is the time where in the workbook, let me just see what it says on my workbook again. So in the workbook, we really are letting go, right? We're creating exactly what we want. So the workbook, let me just open this up for a minute so I can just keep myself. I talked about naming the fears, right? So name the fears, go through that workbook. It's going to help you really write out and get rid of everything that has been holding you back. Because remember, fear is holding you back. Fear is costing you. It's costing you. Do you know what that means? It's costing you the business that you want to have. It's costing you the home that you want to have, the relationships you want to have. Fear holds you back. It's part of us. It's never not going to be there. Doesn't matter how much money you have, there's going to be fear. It's our brain. It's the old identity. It just wants to keep you safe. And we got to override her. Okay. So the fear, get rid of that fear, override it. So we're doing the release, right? And there's an exercise that you're going to go in there. You're going to release the beliefs, the fears, the stories, the identities, the ways of being. Think about how you were being. The overthinking, right? Overthinking a word, overthinking, what's your word for the year? Oh, I might do this. Oh, I might do that. No overthinking. You're a multimillionaire. We make decisions fast. No editing. And when you are complete, you will now safely burn and tear that up. Okay. That's a symbol of closing the cycle. And like I said, you're going to honor, she brought you here, but you're releasing what no longer serves you, and you are safe to move forward. Okay. So I've got that all in the workbook for you. Now we're choosing our truth. What is the truth? What is your truth? So if you are releasing fear of money, what is your new truth? What would be a new truth story if you had fear of money? Yeah. Always have it. Because every one of us do. There's always enough. You always have plenty. You use it with joy. Every time you use it with joy. And here's a really great exercise to do with money, because I think money is because I've been there. Get some money out of the bank account and put it in your wallet, leave it in your house. And I want you to look at it and see it and use it. Don't just keep it there to look at. Right? Put the one in your wallet so that you're always circulating it. It's meant to be circulated. It's not meant to stay in your bank account. It's not meant to stay in your wallet. It's meant to be circulated. When you're not circulating, you don't trust it. It's not going to come back. So when we use it, you're so grateful. So, oh, so grateful. Always have more than enough for myself and others to share. Beautiful. I love that. Yes, I love that one even more. I have more money than I can spend. But I love that so much. But here's the thing. You can I would rather have you. So here's something for you to think about. If you had $1 million, what would you do with it? Because if you actually spend it, you know it's coming back. You invest it, you use it. So you would spend it. You'd spend it by doing different things. Spending it to invest, buying a house, rental property, right? So think about the way you think about it. But it's beautiful, right? So what is your truth now? If you're wanting confidence, what is your truth? You are a confident woman. Everyone sees me. I put myself out there. I am being me on social media. You're not filtering yourself anymore. You're not worried about how you look because no one really cares. Only you. The magnetic, the frequency of in how I coach as well, you've got to just be you. You cannot filter. It's about being you 100%, that you love who you are and showing up differently, being loud about it. Okay? So the truth of confidence, what does that look like? What feels non-negotiable in your next chapter? I love this one. What am I no longer available for, ladies? That's such a good one. You're no longer available for people who don't treat you the way you want to be treated. You're no longer available for people who do the wrong thing. You speak up for yourself. You respect yourself more than others will ever respect you. You've got to respect yourself. It's not about gaining respect from someone else. You respect yourself. No one can make you feel something. So if you feel like someone hurt your feelings, that's you. No one can make you feel anything. You chose it. Somebody does something that disrespects you, then you choose not to be around that person again, right? It's like, that didn't feel good for me. That's not the way I would treat someone. But I also look at it and say, I wonder what's going on in their life. And I send love. I don't worry about, it's never about you, right? It's never about you. When you make things about you, that's why you think you get hurt. You think someone said something wrong. They might have said it wrong, but maybe it wasn't meant the way it was meant, right? You read into things. And this is where I want you to get really clear on your millionaire self. You want to be a millionaire. You want to have this dream life, these houses, this life of travel and fun and ease and flow. Well, you got to love yourself. And everything has to be then mirrored out into that world. Oh, she's added to it. Katrina, good girl, would buy a house. My desire to buy a house in Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, and Dubai. My new identity is a multimillionaire. Yes. I love it. How does that feel? How does that feel? Can't see your face, Katrina, but oh, where are you? That's not even Katrina. Sorry. Scroll down here. I don't even see Katrina. Oh, there you are, Katrina, in the orange. How does that feel? Look at the smile on your face. Do you know this is the way life is meant to be every single day? Every single day. Amazing. Okay. So I can't wait to see your vision board. Ladies, the vision board is important. because you get attached, not attached. It makes you feel a certain way. You can't have attachment, right? This is all fun, light, exciting opportunities. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And your truth story matters in 2026 going into it. You want to know exactly who you're showing up as, the confident, bold woman who takes those bold moves because you are a multimillionaire. So you do the thing always from that thing, that place. Always. So when I went into my mentorship, I was all about multimillionaire. I took action from that place. I joined that mentorship. I didn't I had to wait. I was moving. So the only thing I had to wait was to be moved. I was selling my house. I couldn't even think about that. As soon as I got into my house, I was in. Because I knew, and it's not so much, it's what you know you're going to get from that. Right? It's not about someone doing something for you. It's like you're ready for her. That's the action. So, all right. So you've got our new truth. Everyone's happy. You're clear with what you're going to do because you want to love that. And when you look at your truth, your vision boards should be all about that truth for 2026. Isn't this so fun? Has anyone ever done something like this in the past? Is this the first time? Pop it in the chat for me because I can't see everybody because I'm on speaker view for the recording. Yes, great, Marilyn. Thank you. I saw Alexis had her camera. Beautiful, beautiful. Carmela, beautiful. It's powerful. It's really, really powerful. Yes. So is this one feel like a bigger expansion for you? But hang on to vision boards. Don't toss them. Even though you have a new one for this year, it keeps you, reminds you of what sometimes, remember, things sometimes take time. So when you keep them, you can go back and go, oh my God, look at that. I had it on my vision board. So just keep that in mind. It's like your photos, right? So when you go back, I'm sure you've got it somewhere, maybe if you did it on Canva. Just, it's really, I kept mine. I almost got rid of all mine and I thought, no, I'm going to hang on to some of these. I only had a few at the time. I don't know where they are. Hopefully they have stayed with me. Sometimes when you're moving, you're chucking things. But it's no different to looking at your phone, but you don't go back, 2 years. Got to remember manifestation and things in life. We want them to come in this year, but we're not attached, right? Got to be light about things. All your energy of creating it. Right, great. Okay, so now you're going to have your vision board, and that's your truth. So 2026, okay, is not asking you for more hustling. It's asking for a new internal standard in that identity. The identity of who you are, because most of you wanted identity to be gone. That identity is everything. Who you are being, how you move, how you talk, the people you hang out with. It's all part of the flow, right? And your business is not separate from you. It's all you. So this is where the work and knowing where you are in your truth statement and your word for the year will keep you in that connection. Yeah. So if you chose to be, you're going to be a bold woman. That bold woman, you must be bold all year. If you've chosen wealth, wealth is not generated unless you're doing the things with the money, right? Investing, moving it, circulating it, whatever it is that you're doing. Confidence. Confidence is within. It's your worthiness, right? It's love for yourself. Confidence in like, yes, I can do this. So you're showing up confidently every single day, not days that you feel like it, every single day. Identity sinks in, not until you actually be it. Okay. Beautiful. Any other questions at the moment? Or is everybody good? It's been such a beautiful day. And lastly, when we're expanding, I wrote down a note here, expansion requires containment. And I was listening to something this morning, and you know, when we're crossing timelines, crossing into identity, there is a calmness in you, you know, that shifts. So this is really a state of being when you know, okay? And it's a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful, beautiful place because you know you're different. You're not chasing, you're not struggling, you're using, like, you're just such a different woman. And that's what you must feel. That's when you know it's sunk in. Okay. So the reset, you have to embody it too, right? The embodiment is everything. So I'm going to, for any of you, like I asked, and no questions moving forward. That's beautiful. So what I want to share for those of you who are thinking you might want some support moving into 2026, I have a beautiful couple of ways for that today. And I'm going to start with my inner circle. So my inner circle is a 12-month container, and we move through everything in that, from your identity to really pulling in the $1 million woman, multi-million-dollar woman, what that looks like in your business, how you see it showing up, how you move through the year. And as I explained to you, for me, there's no way I would have done what I've done this year if I wasn't in a container that did the same for me. And I'm in a room right now with women who are multi-millionaires. So the reason my life is moving so fast is because I'm around people that move very differently, right? Like one woman's 100 million a month. Exactly. So when I'm around that kind of energy, it goes through down to my clients as well. They move faster. And it's just what happens in the circulation of energy, because my energy is up here because I'm around all these amazing women doing things. But here's the thing. We all have the same stuff that goes on. The identity that falls through, that we stop believing in ourselves, doesn't matter. It's part of life, right? So if you're looking for someone that's going to hold that energy for you, the inner circle is the one to jump into. And I've got it for 12 months, and I've even opened it up for 6 months. And I've had people inquire about my payment plan. So I've put it out to even having a 12-month payment plan or a 6-month payment plan. Okay. So that's option one. I'll put more details into that. But if you have any questions here listening, just let me know. And the other one is the diamond within. The diamond within is a 6-month container. And this is about self-love, our worthiness. It's really perfect for someone who's just starting a business. It's going to help you move through that. It's going to help that support. You have weekly Zoom calls with that. The inner circle is a bi-weekly, because they also have our WhatsApp chat. And I think there's I don't know where the chat is for the Diamond Within. I think it's either my Facebook, I think it's a Facebook group, or it's in Telegram. I can't remember. But the Diamond Within is really doing the internal work, the healing, the letting go, holding a newer identity, which can take longer when we're feeling unworthy, right? That stuff is a very grounded energy that you have been holding on for a long time. Even though you're letting it go, which is so beautiful, and you know you want to be somewhere, it's going to hold you in a different energy of that love and that worthiness. And it's perfect for someone just starting their business. Okay, it's going to get your feet running. It's going to help set up those foundations, right? You've got to have a foundation in business. You've got to know what you're doing in your business. And even in the inner circle, like I'm really looking at planning out the year, so everyone has the success of their business and everything that's moving forward. So those are the two ways to come into my energy. And till the end of the year, I'm throwing in a bonus, and the bonus is my inner wealth. My inner wealth. And that is a 8-week, it will turn into a program, a course, but it'll be live teachings from me, weekly teachings. And it's all about money. It's about holding money, the wealth within yourself, being wealth. And that everyone will get that. Whatever program you jump into, that is included. Okay. It's my gift, my bonus, because I know when you have both, life changes. When you understand how money is working with you or not working with you, and you're got a kink in the hose, and why it's got a kink in the hose, it's going to accelerate your millionaire business, your multi-million-dollar business. Okay. So I'm so grateful to have both of those for whichever way you come in into one of these programs. And I still have a few slots of my one-to-one open as well. Does anyone have any questions about any of that? So I guess the thing that I love to share before we go, sorry. So I thought someone had there. So I just want to share a little bit too about when we're making a decision, right? Sometimes we're feeling, yes, we want to do it, but you have a bit of fear. If anybody needs that extra bit of support and you want to have a conversation, there's never pressure with me. You've got to want to do this. This is the work that we do. I'm going to drive everyone over to my Instagram because it has less of my business over there. So reach over to Instagram and we can have a chat about it. Okay. And then if we want to have a call, we'll jump on a call. I'm not going to put my book a link in because we're going into Christmas, but I'm still around and I want to support you in any way I can. So I'm here. Okay. Excluding the main days, of course, that everybody will be with their families and celebrating, but it'll probably be the end of that week or the following week. So come over to Instagram. Because here's the thing, when we're looking for support, you can feel right now, and I want to talk about two things actually. Your intuition is what's guiding you every moment. So the intuition, when I talked about programs, was either a yes or a maybe or no. Sometimes that intuition, whatever that feeling was, can be the right decision for you. And when you walk away from your intuition, it goes back into the fear brain. And this is science. This is just not me talking. This is science. Okay. So I share that because it's really important. And that's where maybe sometimes you might want to have a conversation and go through that bit of fear, go through that circumstance where you are and make sure it's the right decision for you. Okay. Because I want you always coming in 100% excited for this next version of you, because that's what you're doing. This is an investment into who you are becoming. You want to have $1 million business? Do you believe it's possible? Because I know people that have done it. I didn't do it in a year, but it's possible. And it's more people are achieving it now more than ever. And knowing that 2026 is all about that, you're going to have the momentum of the collective, right? This is an energy that we can't control in the world. So I'm available and love to support you in that and have a conversation. Okay. I didn't talk about any pricing on any of that, so I'll just tell you a little bit about it. So the inner circle 12 months is 22,222, if I said that enough, it's all twos. And the 6 month is half of that. So I believe that's 11 plus 1, 11,100. The numbers are getting me confused, but it's all numericals. And the diamond within is 888, quadruple 8888. And just so you know, my inner wealth was 2222. So you're getting a bonus of $2,222 in any of the programs that you join. And that inner wealth is going to change everything in your life around who you are, your worthiness, your self-love, and money coming into your life easily, effortlessly, on overflow. So your business will quadruple. So imagine going into 2026, 10xing your life, 10xing your business. How does that feel? They start, sorry, when did the program start? Yeah, they'll start mid-Jan. So New Year. What is the week? I'm in December. It'll start on the 12th. And if we come in early, and if you are really serious about doing this and you want to grab a space, until then you can even do a deposit of $1,000. Now, if you want to hold the space till we have a conversation or whatever, happy to do that as well. And yes, I did it a little bit longer. I was going to start like the 6th of January, but I thought, I know everyone's got a little bit of stuff going on sometimes with Christmas and settling back in, kids going to school, all that stuff. So it's the following week. Okay. So what are you choosing for 2026? When you go to do your vision board, think about that. Think about, ooh, what would you really love? How would you love that support to look like if you're choosing to have some support along your journey? Camilla's here, who's in a private one-to-one with me. Do you want to share a little comment about your journey so far, Camilla? I've always had a coach or a mentor as an entrepreneur. Keeps your head in the game, keeps you centered, keeps you on track. It's so easy to go off and to go down a road and go, how did I get to that road? I have no idea. Because I see your blind spots. We all have them. And I know this. That's why I always have my own mentor. Keeps you focused, keeps you grounded, keeps you going in what you're desiring. Because remember, we have, in a year, when you look back at your photos and you're going through, like, look at those months. Where did you get off tilter? Where did life not go so good? Now, because when you look at somebody and having a mentorship, imagine how it's keeping you on track for the entire year. It's going to 10x your life. Because you've got the support keeping you focused, keeping you going, okay, what's going on? What have you dropped? Where did you lose focus? It's always our focus. Where in life did it take you out of your game? And we're human beings. We're human beings having human experiences. Things happen in life. People, family members pass away, or my mom's got Alzheimer's, and you can see her memories going really fast right now. So there's always stuff that comes up in life. Ooh, she's popped in a comment. I'm now the person who knows that I can have anything that I'd love without me overthinking or working harder. Yeah. It's been a huge shift, and we've been together 2 months. 3 months? 2? So as soon as you jumped in, we really started that energy. I caught it right away. And the one thing about my coaching is I'm not going to, when I see something, I'm going to help you correct it. So you move fast, and you move fast because I'm also in a higher mentorship. But it's also the way I've always been in my own coaching and mentorship. But the reason I prefer saying I'm a mentor is because all of this has been a lot of my own experience. And that is the difference of being a mentor, because I've been there, I've done it all, I've gone through it in my life, so I can see it in someone else really fast. And I'm happy. I was even thinking if I could jump on and have another Zoom call specifically for this, but I'm just not ready to say it. But reach out to me first on Instagram. What is my handle? I think a lot of you found me on Instagram from my ad, but it's Yvonne_Purvis and then _ No problem. Have a beautiful day, Ellen. It's been such a beautiful day. Morning for me. Yes, there is. You have changed so much, Carmela. Your certainty, your calmness, you're more present, you're more focused. And Carmela's, what are you calling in? You want to share with everyone what you're manifesting and what you know is yours now? Your monthly or whatever. A variety of women come in wanting to hold a certain level of income. So I had another client, 100K months. She wants her 100K because 100K is over $1 million. Some are looking at 20 because they're starting their new business. So they're like, okay, I want to be able to have 20K months consistently, not one-offs, right? How do we have consistent months? It's how you're being. It's your nervous system. It's having the support to keep you in that nervous system to hold the money. Such a beautiful, this is so fun. I can't wait to see all the vision boards. 50K months. Beautiful. Beautiful. And the millionaire identity. The identity goes first. Identity is first. Then the decisions come from that. And then the money and the clients. But you've got to embody it. No faking. And there's probably still a little, is there a little wobble where you are, Carmela? Or do you feel like it's... What's your word for the year for 2026? Must be wealth. Somebody's raising a hand. Sorry. No. Beautiful. Such a beautiful. Did everyone enjoy that today? Can't wait to see the vision boards. It's so much fun, isn't it? You know that it's already yours. Yes. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, ladies, go grab that workbook. Did you grab it from here? Did you guys get it? I'll pop it back in here. So it's there. I'll pop it in your DMs too in the Facebook group. And if you're still watching the recording, make sure you jump over to the Facebook group. It's going to be a lot of fun in there, and you want to be in that energy, right? Supporting each other. You've been on the call, you've seen each other's faces or your names, and this is where we hold each other in a frequency. Really, really important. Okay. You want to be around people that have the same energy, that what you want. And one thing I always know too, sometimes things that we desire is something that you only tell yourself and people that get it. We don't want someone saying, oh, what are you doing? Right? So keep these things sometimes a little bit more to yourself. Not in your business. Your business is very different. You got to do what you do in your business. Just sharing, sometimes with friends and family. You don't want to feel any resistance anywhere in your life. None. Don't take it on, right? They don't know the work. They don't know what you're doing. Show up as you. Ooh, I like that dreamy reset life. Love that, Amy. That's what it's about, dreamy. But we don't want to just dream. We want to make it happen now, right? Now it's about the action. Now it's about who are you? Coming into a millionaire identity. You can have it all. Okay. Beautiful. Well, have a beautiful Christmas. Come over to Instagram if you have any questions, because I still have time all end of this week, next week, if we want to jump on a call as well. If you have any questions. But otherwise, have a beautiful Christmas. I'm so blessed to have had all of you on the call today. Do the homework. Do the release tonight. You already put out, a lot of you already did your stuff. So make sure you really do the work, okay? Get it, burn it, feel good about it. Sometimes you might need to do it as well, twice. It's okay. Even to do it in the transition of New Year, like end of the year, burn it again. If you're feeling it still stuck, burn it again. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And trust, love, 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 okay? It really does help cut the cord. It's like cutting a cord off, visualizing that. Like it's done. I'm no longer her. I am a bold, successful millionaire. Cut the cord and come into 2026 on fire. On fire. You're very welcome, Alexis. Aw, it's beautiful. Aw, my heart is full. It was a beautiful morning. I'm serious. It was so beautiful seeing all these new faces as well. So have a beautiful evening, everyone. And I'm here when you're ready. Have a chat, have your support. I'll have the links in also for all the programs so you can have a look. Okay. Blessings, blessings, blessings. You guys have filled my heart today. Thank you. So much love. So much love. Bye.